Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of spring 2018. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'll ask the audience to please stand for our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation. The national anthem will be led by our graduate, Miss Maria Virginia Villadiego Punto. Maria.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Virginia, and the chorus. At this time, I'll ask Dr. Barbara Blake Campbell, professor of the nursing department, to deliver the invocation. Please remain standing. Dr. Campbell.
Good afternoon. God of grace and God of glory, on this graduation day, we come in humility and with thanksgiving. Though rugged the road and great the task, we have overcome. Our presence today attests to the power of promise, purpose, and potential. We dare to believe that the joy of this day cannot be compared for the joy that is to come. We dare to believe that because of what you have bestowed, lives will be changed and health restored. We dare to believe that the scarcity of winter cannot erase the abundance of summer. We dare to believe that our life's journey has just begun. We dare to believe that every pain was not in vain. We dare to believe that our future is bright and our destiny is sure. We dare to believe that every wounded heart can be mended. We dare to believe that angels are singing our names. We dare to believe that we are heaven's song and we on the Almighty are one. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Audience, you may be seated. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Dr. Diane Call, our president of Queensborough Community College, to address the graduates. Dr. Call.
Thank you, Dr. Spencer. Good afternoon. Welcome, family and friends, faculty, and especially graduates. I look at this class of 2018 and each of you as individuals with great pride and admiration, feelings shared by your incredible faculty who are with you today. Congratulations on your accomplishments. You chose the most difficult program we have to offer. Each year, hundreds of students begin at Queensborough hoping to be a nurse. And it takes a while for people to be evaluated, but very, very few are in fact able to continue the way you were. Fewer than half make it to the clinical sequence at all. And not all survive that experience, unfortunately. Our standards for admission to the nursing program are extremely high, and you were among the very few to be accepted into the clinical sequence with NU 101. You took probably 2 years, 4 semesters or more, but today, 41 of you, 41 out of those hundreds and hundreds of students have successfully completed the degree program. And here you are. And I'm sure you're victorious, and you're tough, and you're happy, and you're taking just a breath, that's all they get, before they start studying for their exams, their clinical exams for licensure. We tested you, and you tested yourselves. You sacrificed in small and significant ways to reach this goal, as have your family and friends who supported and encouraged you, and who now celebrate with us your great success. You are as much survivors as graduates, and I know you share this triumph with family and friends, many of whom, I'm sure you can say, wondered, is this really worth it to miss my daughter, my sister, my mother, my friend, my brother? And yet it was. The sacrifices and the absences was, in fact, very much worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, these 41 graduates are among the best and the strongest of the QCC class of 2018. They come from the United States, from Asia, the Caribbean, Europe, Southeast Asia, Africa, South and Central America. 42% of these graduates already hold a degree. That's pretty impressive. And all of them plan to go on. And some of you have indicated you want to go on to get a doctorate. So I do expect in a few years you're going to be sitting right there as a faculty member at Queensborough Community College. When someone decides to enter the nursing profession, it means they choose to help people who are in need. Nursing is a profession. It's not simply a job. It encompasses specialized education, a code of ethics, established evidence-based practice standards, as well as ongoing education and research. Nursing is also a perspective. I've lost my place, there we go. Professional nursing responsibilities have changed considerably over time. Nurses today are highly respected and valued members of the healthcare team who bring their own body of knowledge to the process of healthcare and who collaborate with physicians and members of the healthcare disciplines to meet patient needs, with a broader scope than actions in response to the symptoms presented. Nurses are partners with others on the medical team. Nurses apply judgment. They use critical thinking in consideration of a diagnosis and a care plan. In that process, nurses apply their knowledge, their experience, and their values, not only to save lives, but to promote good health and well-being, to educate for disease prevention, and to advocate on behalf of their patients and for the profession. Nurses are the human component in the healthcare delivery system. In earning your degree, you have been uniquely prepared to reach out to those in need, filling the void of human caring created by clinical environments. It's a grave responsibility. You are a member of the most trusted profession in the world, and it is your calling to be there for those in pain and suffering. those in fear, and those who are moving on to worlds beyond us. So please, take a moment to reflect on your role as a nurse and the importance you play in the community. Relive those special moments when you realized how you made a difference, how you felt knowing you were able to help. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as you will and to possess the skills that are so uniquely nursing. This range of responsibilities is significant and perhaps overwhelming, at least to us mere mortals. But the education provided by your faculty and the nursing curriculum at Queensborough has given you an extraordinary foundation, beyond theories, beyond critical skills for best practices. Your professors gave you the most important aspect of your education, values. Values that distinguish you and values that will make you an effective healthcare practitioner. As graduates, you will bear a tremendous responsibility of upholding those values. Core values that are held in common by all those who practice nurses here and globally. Values that dictate beliefs and behaviors in your profession. Honesty, responsibility, pursuit of new knowledge, belief in human dignity, equality of all patients, and the desire to prevent and alleviate suffering are primary among your professional standards. You have chosen this profession to help others in need and to improve the quality of life for all. And that mantra has not changed since the days of Florence Nightingale. These core values will carry throughout your clinical careers. Your professionalism will be judged by your personal behaviors and how you present yourself to people around you. And through those behaviors, you will tell the world who you are, a nurse. Graduates, we always give advice, and here's a little bit. You have talent and extraordinary self-discipline. You can survive any obstacle. You've proven that to yourselves. You make a difference in many lives. Remember that friendship and laughter are sustaining, whether the worst of times or in triumphs, and triumphs you have, each and every one of you. Enjoy today as the close friends you have become and as members of the 2018 Queensborough class of graduates. So do take time for yourself. Do stay curious. And remember, QCC always, the faculty, the staff, and your fellow students who took this journey with you. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Call. Thank you for your continued support of our amazing nursing department. At this time, I'd like to call Professor Anne-Marie Menendez, the chairperson of the nursing department, to deliver the address. Professor Menendez.
Congratulations, graduates. Today's ceremony, in the tradition of Florence Nightingale, affords you the opportunity to reflect on the mission and values of the nursing profession. It is also a day to look back on your accomplishments and to begin to imagine your future in the profession of nursing. Your studies here at Queensborough have been wrought with many challenges and much hard work. You have been taught by faculty who are experts in clinical practice and educators who are well-versed in the field of pedagogy. They have put you to the test time and time again. You will continue on to your bachelor's degree, and many of you for your master's and doctoral degrees. You will work in schools, homes, and community agencies as healthcare moves outside the traditional setting. Just this past week, we heard from some of our nursing alum, one who owns a healthcare business, another who's director of services for the underserved in Brooklyn, and still another who's a nurse practitioner at NYU in the Division for Nursing Pathways to Housing, a critical concern for our most challenged clients dealing with mental illness. Although nurses will always provide hands-on care, more and more your practice will focus on educating patients and promoting health literacy. Through motivational interviewing, clients will be active participants in restoring and preserving their health. Nursing increasingly will look at determinants in health outcomes, such as public health interventions and aspects of the social environment, including income, education, employment, social supports, and culture. The physical environment, such as clean air and water, will play a part in maintaining a population's health, as well as genetics and individual behavior. Healthcare will move from focusing on me to we. The challenges for nursing will be great as we move to working in more partnerships with our clients as individuals, but also as members of the global community. I am excited when I imagine the opportunities and challenges that await you in the nursing profession. You have had a great foundation here at Queensborough and are well prepared to meet the next challenge. In words of our beloved Dr. Seuss, you are off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Professor Menendez. The graduates have selected Professor Janice Malloy, 201, to give the congratulatory address. Professor Malloy.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends. It is my great pleasure to present the congratulatory speech to this wonderful group of young men and women who have successfully completed all the components here at Queensborough. These students have worked tirelessly with great sacrifice and dedication, weaving their way through the many requirements needed for successful completion in this difficult major. Long days and late nights have prevailed. This commitment and dedication will continue as they enter employment in the field of healthcare. The following are requirements on how to maintain your personal well-being and happiness during your journey. A, accept yourself. You have made it. Congratulations. B, believe in what you do. C, change is inevitable. Embrace it. D, discover something new every day. E, empower yourself to always do the right thing. F, face your fears. They will go away. G, give generously. H, honor this noble profession that you have just entered. I, indulge. You deserve it. J, journal your thoughts often. K, keep learning for yourself, for your patients, forever. L, laughter. It's a wasted day without it. M, maintain your wellness. The patients need you. N, nurture your spirit of kindness. O, open your heart. P, pray often. Q, quiet your mind, especially after a long, difficult day. R, revisit, redefine, re-examine your nursing practice often. S, please smile at your patients. They're as nervous as you are. T, trust yourself. U, use your gifts. V, values create value. W, my favorite, work hard, play hard. X, accentuate your positive. Y, yes to overtime. And lastly, Z, for zest, bring it with you each working day. The QCC nursing faculty hope you will walk in with determination, have the gentlest of touch, share your knowledge, and always be there to improve the lives of people in need. Leave QCC as a learner and a leader. And know that every once in a while, you will meet a patient who changes your nursing practice. And if you're lucky, you'll meet a patient that changes your life. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Professor Malloy. You were worried about Z, weren't you? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment where the magic happens, as they say. You're here for this candlelighting ceremony. Just a few things. The auditorium will be dark, and we'll be announcing each person's name. We ask you've waited patiently for this to hold your applause until the end. You will get ample time to applause. I'm sure the graduates have given you the directions. So let's begin. The graduates have selected the following people to assist with the candlelighting ceremony: Miss Audrey Maroney, Miss Barbara Caravanis, and the incoming president of the Student Nursing Association, Mr. Vasquez, is going to assist me. Professor Neely. Yes, sir. Stephen Chen. Marju Soto. Rebecca Loazo. Joshua Alpheus Taff. Marie Collada Soto. Isabella Kim. Antonina Maria Pantina. Ashley Robinson. Carisha Prince. Fanny Bandy. Dana Romano. Christina Scaluso. Mark Jesse Schwartz. Roberto Escobar. Ilona Krislovich. Kid Miles. Elizabeth Ann DeVivo. Valini Harry. Tairi Duran. Phoenix Harris. That's the one. Shakira Mitchell. Adebikola Balagoon. Fazila Amin. Jeanette Encinas. Jung-un Kim. Suhyun Park. Anju Anthony. Haywan Sean Lee. Samaria Vasquez. Alyssa Alton. Maria Virginia Villadiego Punto. Jenny Lisa Reyes. Ana Karina Ramos. Jessica Llanos. Amanda Natasha Ramcharan. Jonathan Cajas. Erica Lynn Schiller. Ine Kang. Sophia Bobron. Maria Carissa Picache. Raluca Iwana Opreskin. United Nations have nothing on us. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2018. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You'll have more time to applause. Thank you very much. Okay. At this time, members of the Student Nurses Association will now recite the nursing pledge. Maria, Sophia, Ine, Erica, and Jonathan will now recite the nursing pledge.
I will strive with all my being and with the help of God to become an open, honest, kind, and diversified individual. In doing so, I will attain the qualities essential in the practice of nursing, for it is only after realizing one's self-worth we are able to promote that of others. Deliverance of high-quality health care is of essential importance, but let us also reach beyond the treatment or diagnosis. And remember that entrusted to my care is a human being, with all the loves, hates, fears, and idiosyncrasies that are an integral part of the human species. Let me not grow too comfortable in my knowledge, but actively seek out new information or continuance of my education. Being a nurse requires continuous growth, I dedicate myself to this cause and my life to the profession of nursing.
Graduates, you may extinguish your candles. And the crowd, you can cheer. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, the outgoing president of the Student Nursing Association, Ms. Raluca Preston, will deliver the farewell address. Raluca? Good luck.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Student Nurses Association and the graduating class of 2018, I would like to welcome the President of the College, Diane Call, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Timothy Lynch, Vice President of Student Affairs, Michelle Hodge, Chairperson Anne Marie Menendez, faculty, family, and friends to the Spring 2018 Candle Lighting and Pinning Ceremony. Thank you all for coming to celebrate such a special day with us. Today, we stand before you with bittersweet hearts and hopeful spirits as we commemorate an irreplicable journey on the path of fulfilling our dream. Although our stories and backgrounds are different, our paths joined together when we stepped foot on the 3rd floor of the Medical Arts Building for the first time. Little did we know this would be nothing short of a life-changing experience. The road was not always easy, but we persevered by working diligently and conscientiously to ensure not just our own success, but that of our peers. We studied, practiced, prayed, laughed, cried, and grew so much together. Initially classmates, we would soon build bonds and friendships strong enough to last a lifetime. You are a group of intelligent, passionate, caring, and selfless individuals. I am honored to stand beside you today, and I ask you to always keep your spirit intact, even in the face of adversity. Never become complacent. Most importantly, don't forget that great nurses are characterized not just by their knowledge, but their character and the efforts they make beyond medical responsibilities. Dear faculty, throughout our journey at Queensborough, you have consistently demonstrated exemplary collaboration and devotion to our success. Although you tried to teach us holistic patient care, we have mastered this skill by observing your actions as you went above and beyond your scope of practice to ensure not just our academic success, but our overall well-being. I can say with full confidence that we will never be able to relive the experience of being your student anywhere else. You have constructed our characters, aroused our passion, refined our professional demeanor, and encouraged us to push beyond our perceived limitations. For those reasons and many more, we are indebted. Today, we vow to compensate your hard work and dedication by committing to continue our education as we strive for excellence and improvement in our profession. To my fellow SNA officers, I would like to thank each of you for your dedication and contribution to fulfilling our responsibilities while upholding the core values of the SNA. Maria, you are talented and brave. We're grateful to have had the opportunity to watch you grow so much as a person and as a nurse. Sophia, you are kind, realistic, and your soothing nature has kept us grounded. Erica, you are ambitious and reliable. Your sense of humor has nourished our spirit even in the most challenging of times. Ine, you are my right hand, although your compassion and loyalty have reached far beyond your role. Jonathan, your kindness and readiness to help has fueled your unwavering dedication to student success. To our advisors, thank you. Your guidance and support have been the driving forces behind our success. Finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Spencer, whose enthusiasm and uplifting spirit we are all familiar with has made her a key promoter of our mission. To my best friend, Sean, from the day you first approached me while I was memorizing anatomical structures for Bio 301, I knew we would be great friends, but I never imagined that you would become my biggest supporter and source of strength. Your confidence in my potential, constant reassurance, and selfless efforts have consistently fueled my ambition and success. Your kind, patient, generous, and caring nature are just a few of the reasons you will be so successful in the nursing profession. To our family and friends, there isn't much we can say to demonstrate the magnitude of our appreciation. You have traveled this journey along with us, sharing our angst before every exam, praying for us, listening to newly acquired knowledge we were excited to share, allowing us to practice new skills, providing encouragement in any way you could, and making whatever sacrifices necessary to see us stand on this stage today. We have taken note for everything you have done. If we haven't had the chance to show the entirety of our gratitude yet, we want you to know we did this for you, and it wouldn't be possible without you. Finally, we would like to thank those who are no longer with us. For many of us, they are the reason we received the calling to serve. It was in the moment when we felt powerless as they faced pain and suffering that an ambition aroused within us to attain the education necessary to prevent and ameliorate that same pain and suffering in others. We may have not had the power to help you, but in your honor, we promise to work diligently to care for others just the way we wish we could have for you. Once again, on behalf of the SNA and the graduating class of 2018, I would like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate this milestone with us today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a speech. I was moved. Wonderful, Raluca. Thanks for sharing that with your classmates. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now at the point where we'll have our pinning. And the graduates have selected the following faculty who will assist with the pinning: Professor Elizabeth Sutton, Professor Tina Baer, Professor Barbara Rome, and I proudly say Dr. Margaret Stroline. Graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our program. We thank you for coming. I failed to acknowledge all the other nurses that are here, including my colleagues. I'd like to give them a hand. And I see a lot of new graduates in the audience who just graduated. I hope you got a job. Congratulations. And I'd like to just spend a special thank you to anyone who is a veteran or currently serving in our military. We thank you for our service to our wonderful country. I'd like to thank Professor Philip Nealon on piano and our stage and theater personnel. Thank you for coming. I believe there's some refreshments in the Student Union building. We have some student volunteers who will help you. Thank you and welcome, and thanks for coming to our program.